We're live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Live from the GME studio, it's Good Morning Entrepreneurs.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Good Morning Entrepreneurs.
Are you an entrepreneur who has felt like you were all alone on your business adventure? Well, you're in the right place.
You know, being an entrepreneur can be lonely and challenging at times, looking for people to bounce ideas off of and get feedback.
Welcome to Good Morning Entrepreneurs,
the show designed by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs just like you.
Keep watching for your dose of entrepreneurial fun with the Roving Reporters and, of course, Kim and Carrie.
As we like to say around here, buckle up, Buttercup.
Good morning, entrepreneurs, and welcome to show number 128. Can't believe that. We're so glad you joined us today. I am Kim White. I'm your host today, and I am joined by the beautiful Denise Millet. Denise, thank you for being my co-host today.
So good to be here with you this morning, Kim. Thank you so much. And I can't believe it's show number 128. It seems like just yesterday we were on 30 or 40. So where has the time gone? Is that what we all say as we get to be this age, right? But I do hope that people are watching the show, and I do hope that, you know, anybody who's curious is understanding why we're here. We're here just to make it a little bit lighter and to show you some of the possibilities of what can be done. And we feel like entrepreneurship is not an easy thing. It could be heavy and it could be lonely, as the intro says. And this is a way for anybody who's considering it or who's knee deep in it to just take a breath and sit back and open up your mind to some possibilities and understand there are other people out there going through some of the similar things, and you aren't alone, because that's some of the hardest stuff to get through when you start, is you just feel like, who understands this? Nobody understands this. So we do, and that's why we're here, so that we can share some of our experiences for other people too. So
Love it, because one of the things that I always I think about it, Denise, is that, you know, people don't understand until they're on the inside of it.
Right.
So we're good for either information or giggles one, or both. Like, you could get both today.
We try to keep it light. We try to keep it perfect. It doesn't happen, but you know, we try. It's all we can do, right? But we do say that we live in the world of entrepreneurs, right? But we're actually in entrepreneur land, and that's our inside. This is where we live. So let's start ourselves off with entrepreneur land.
I definitely wake up every morning in entrepreneur land. I love this land that we live in.
Mm-hmm.
And today's theme for the show in entrepreneur land is irresistible marketing. So this is a little spicy topic for me, as everyone who knows me knows, because I am anti-creepy marketing. And I can pull a soapbox out pretty quick if you're being creepy about your marketing. We believe there's a better way, and irresistible marketing is it. When you create irresistible marketing, you have people chasing you for your things, not you chasing them, being creepy.
Right. And creepy is a bit like manipulative, or saying something for the outcome, or only thinking about the outcome and forgetting that you're talking about humans, forgetting that you're human. And really, marketing is connecting, is relationship building, is personal, it's human. And there are so many things out there that people say, this tactic and this strategy and this and this. And then you're like, well, would you respond to that if you were sitting across the table from somebody? No. And do you really want to trick somebody? No. You know, like, that's kind of the things that we forget a lot, is marketing isn't really something out there in a box. It's people. So, you know, that's the thing we love. Yeah. And, you know, we do things a little different around here. We do in this community. And we also like to take note of, to help ourselves keep track of some of the things that we do collectively, because it fortifies us as we're doing our things. We often forget, it's like, what have you done for me lately kind of thinking, and you forget all the great things that have happened in the past, and it's hard to take stock. So we try to take stock every week through the GME Chronicles. So let's see what Jill's pulled together this week.
Thank you, Kim and team. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the GME Chronicles. My name is Jill Olish, and we have some updates for you today, October 10th, 2025. The GME Chronicles is a celebration of moving the needle in our businesses, and we want to share these numbers out loud with you, not to show off, but to show it's possible when we come together in business. To catch you up, we had 4 Pilates classes with Kat in Small Space Pilates. I hosted the Mom Outspoken Village Gathering, which is a community space for moms in their postpartum season. And Yvonne hosted the Age Agitators Club Gathering, where she's bringing together women ready to smash their midlife funk, share stories, cheer each other on, and take bold action to rock their next chapter. My Sexy Business held one session of Website Royalty, the place to get your Kajabi website questions answered within the My Sexy Business community, as well as rounds 35 and 36 of Fire Up Mastermind, the mastermind for fierce leaders who are ready to serve hard, use irresistible, not creepy marketing, build relational businesses, and empower others. 2 sessions of Showtime Mastermind, the mastermind built with accountability and strategy to launch or level up your show, podcast, or a live stream, making your process smoother, faster, and more impactful. And 1 session of Groundwork Brigade Mastermind, the Choose Your Own Adventure business mastermind with real-time strategy, tech help, and accountability. We want to say welcome to the masterminders who have started round 36 of Fire Up Mastermind. Kat posted 1 new blog, Boost Your Brain Health, the Benefits of Regular Movement. Donna posted a new blog, Pack Light, Travel Big. Denise posted a new blog, What is SEO Really? Make it work for you and your business. And Adam posted a new interview with Marissa Jarrett Lineker. Donna hosted The Big Show and Tell, where she talked branded products plus surprise and delight marketing equals big results. And as Donna likes to say, it's not about increasing your budget, it's about changing your strategy. My Sexy Business went live for Website Royalty and with show number 127 of Good Morning Entrepreneurs. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channels for My Sexy Business and the Roving Reporters so you're never missing an upcoming show or new clips. Check out the latest season of Bearing It All with Call Me Adam podcast, which pulls back the curtain on entertainment with candid, heart-to-heart conversations. Host Adam Rothenberg sits down with stars from film, television, theater, and music to reveal the real stories behind the spotlight, sometimes sharing things they've never told anyone else. Head to your favorite podcatcher to listen now, along with these podcasts, Sisters in Service, Late Bloomer Living, Buckets and Boom Gates, 5 and 15 Interviews Leadership Series, Mucked Up My Self-Care, Mama Outspoken, and SEO Day. On Clubhouse, Adam and Denise hosted the My Sexy Business Not Creepy Room on Wednesday, which currently has 1,308 members. And on Thursday, we held the 56th Walk and Talk with the community. You can connect with the Roving Reporters through the GME directory. Head over to mysexybusiness.com/GME and you can connect with everyone right there. Between catching up on podcast episodes and this week's events, this all brings our number to 42, making the grand total 6,990 amazing things done collectively by this community in just 3 years and counting. We look forward to more updates coming up next week. If you are ready to join in on the fun around here, save the date for the Vision Board Party on October 29th at 11 a.m. Central, a virtual gathering inside the My Sexy Business community where we create vision boards together. Whether it's your very first time or your 50th, you're invited to dream, design, and celebrate with us. But this week, you can find us at the Fierce Entrepreneur Summit, October 15th at 11 a.m. Central. Join us for a lively, spicy, and sexy roundtable discussion about entrepreneurial hiccups and hurdles for creators and business owners, held and led by the Fire Up Mastermind. You can also join us at Website Royalty, the place to get your Kajabi website questions answered within the My Sexy Business community. And speaking of the community, you can find us in places like the Clubhouse audio app, Buckets and Boomgate Studio, Groundwork Brigade Mastermind, The Walk and Talk, Kitchen to Kitchen, and wherever you're watching now for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. Be sure to check out our events page where you can get more information on what's coming up next at mysexybusiness.com/events. Back to you in the GME studio.
Amazing. Oh, look. SEO Day.
Cheers. This is our new SEO Day podcast cups. Denise, thank you for my cup first off, but I cannot believe the numbers. Every week I am in awe, and I have to just say we are not bragging, y'all, but we are so proud of the numbers because it does represent a lot of things that have happened, a lot of people served, a big impact. Like there's so much that number represents.
It really does. And I'm floored every time I see it every week. And you would think you get a little jaded after a while. But this morning I realized we're going to close in on 7,000. And I remember when it was 1,000. So it's amazing how much has happened in the last 3 years. And we really do forget. So it's nice to be reminded every week. And Jill does such a great job. So here's to Jill and all the effort she puts into the Chronicles every week. So
thank you to our MSB historian, Jill Olish.
Historical Society for My Sexy Business community.
Well, we have some shout outs today that we want to get into too. And I'm very nostalgic today. I am very much walking down memory lane, but I want to give a birthday shout out to Connie Myers. Her birthday is the 14th, and Miss Connie is the one, just to give you guys a little perspective. Miss Connie's been in my life a long time, and the day that I met my husband, she tied a red ribbon in my hair so that he would recognize me when we met for the first time. And I will never forget that, like that sweet moment of that red. I still have the red ribbon. I keep it, but it was a very sweet moment that she got to share with Troy and I. So I love you, Miss Connie. Next is Becky Hertzler, and I have to giggle. Becky, her birthday is the 15th. And Becky, if you're listening, I have to give you credit where credit's due. You tried to talk me into an internet service that I didn't understand, and this has been like 4 years ago. Yeah, I now have that because I now understand. So I just want to say thank you to you out loud. Next is Jill and Bobby's anniversary. Their anniversary was actually September 22nd. And how I could be with Jill for all these years and miss that, I feel like a total jerk. Just let me say that. So Jill, and Bobby, I am sorry I did not do it sooner, but now is better than never, I guess. So happy anniversary to you two. Love you too. And then last but not least is our Jason B. Schmidt's birthday. His birthday was on September the 26th. And while I did get a message sent to him, I did not get that into the agenda. So we should have already given him a shout out as well. But Jason, we love you. And we hope that you'll forgive us for being a few days later than what we should have been for the show. So love you.
What
Jason.
we know about Jason will be just fine. And we would like to shout him out every week, but we can't.
That's right.
Happy birthday, Jason.
That's right. Well, and then we have a special slide. I need to give a little preface to this. We are ridiculous around here about our animals and our mascots. And so we are going to sorely miss one of our mascots from the show, but we want to give a shout out to Jill Olish's kitty Ringo, who, if you look back through all these episodes of GME and any video anywhere, you can likely as not find him crawling over the back of her chair, crawling up. First time I met Ringo, it was his tail. I was like, what is that? Like, there was just a little tail going across that couldn't even see his little body. Yeah, that was Ringo. So we're going to miss him. And Jill, we're sorry for your loss with him, but we wanted to make sure everyone was able to acknowledge it. Yeah. So miss you, Ringo. Love you, Jill.
And my first meeting with Ringo was him crawling across Jill's chair and then stopping and looking at the camera like, who are you? What are you doing here? That's the personality of Ringo. So we will miss him.
Love it.
So Kim, I think we're going to roll into some of our roving reporters, which are segments we love to highlight on this. And our first one is from, oh my gosh, my words, Yvonne Marchese. She talks about entrepreneurship later in life. And when we talk about building a business, we often don't think about the emotional, the emotional quotient piece of all this stuff. And that's why we have Yvonne, because she reminds us of all these things that are really important to help us build a thriving and solid business. Because without these, something's missing. So let's hear what Yvonne has to share this week.
Kim. This is Yvonne Marchese, your resident age agitator and play instigator, here to talk about playful entrepreneurship at any age. Curiosity isn't just for kids or cats. It's a business superpower. When you stay curious, you stay open to fresh ideas, new strategies, unexpected opportunities. I see it all the time in the entrepreneurs that I talk to. The ones asking, what if I try this? What if I do it differently? Those are the ones building businesses that grow and evolve. So how do you flex the curiosity muscle? Start by asking better questions. Instead of saying, oh, this won't work, that won't work, that's crazy, try, how could this work? Give yourself permission to explore, to experiment, and yes, sometimes to fail forward, as my friend Kat Corchado likes to say. Curiosity keeps your business and your mindset alive and adaptable. And that's how you build something that lasts. That's all for now. Back to you in the studio.
So true. It really is. I mean, Yvonne is just, she's a constant reminder of finding things for joy for me. Whenever I see that smile, and it's not just the age agitators and the things that we think about when getting older, and she's trying to keep us from thinking those things. It really is, what would Yvonne do to make this lighter sometimes? And I love that about her. And she shares a lot of that in her podcast, the Late Bloomer Living podcast, which is stories from people that have challenged themselves in building business and finding fun and joy.
She's amazing. She's in season 6 now. So you have lots of opportunity to have lots of episodes, different people on. It's been such an amazing journey watching her grow her podcast and grow her business and just all the things that she does in a joyful way. You're right, Denise. She spreads joy wherever she goes. She helps us all bloom better.
Even if it's late.
That's right. We're okay with it, right? It's not over yet, y'all.
Never.
Well, I want to just say one of the things that I appreciate about Yvonne is she opens up our minds to creative things. And Denise, you and I are doing something pretty creative at the moment because we are doing a lot of live streams about website royalty, and it's the Kajabi support for you. That's the theme of website royalty live streams. We are going live and sharing about our favorite all-in-one platform, which is Kajabi. But we're also giving a lot of strategy on there. We're giving reasons why you do certain things, because I think in business, we're told to do a lot of things, but we don't really know why. And I think that's what leads to the creepy marketing versus irresistible marketing. And we're covering some of that in our website royalty things of how to actually be irresistible, how to make connections that are real, how to do things in a way that builds relationships and not just buy my thing, buy my thing, buy my thing.
And we're doing these catch as catch can in our schedule. So we don't have a regular schedule, but we do post them and host them on YouTube. So go to the My Sexy Business Team YouTube page and you'll find all the most recent ones, and you might catch a live while we're doing it. Sign up and subscribe or hit the bell, and then you'll be notified when we go live. So that might even be more helpful. So I enjoy it.
And I just giggle because I get a whole lot of real on there because they are not scripted. We try to have a plan for a topic, but we've had some conversations along the way on there.
Yes, we have one or two spicy ones, like a little bit of opinions might be showing. We're not afraid to share our real thinking, which is different, I think, for some other people. But anyway,
I think our next segment is not she's not afraid to share her thinking either.
Absolutely. So with that, we are going to head into the Military Minute with Kat Corchado.
Kat, what are the top 3 things you learned as a military brat that you use in your business today?
Not to be afraid of new things. Being okay talking with people that I'm unfamiliar with. And being comfortable enough with myself to put myself out there in business. That one in particular, that last one was a little more difficult. But I think I'm doing okay with it.
I think you're doing great.
Thank you, Kat, for that. All 3 of those things I'm still working on. I'm just saying. And I forgot to mention that her segment is sponsored by the Sisters in Service podcast, where Kat is a proud military veteran, and she has a podcast that she speaks to veterans about all things to make their lives better. And I love that about her.
She also has special episodes called Why Not Wellness. I don't want to forget that either, Denise, because her podcast is multifunctional as far as it speaks to all of us.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for that. I forgot. We're going to roll into our next segment with Adam Rothenberg. He is our Entrepreneurs in Entertainment. And this week he's talking about how many times does it take to get it right, which is a question that we can all ask after we've tried to do something and hit record a million times. So I can't wait to hear what Adam has to share this week.
Thanks, Kim. It's Adam, and I'm not back in my closet. For today's Entrepreneurs in Entertainment segment, I wanted to share a clip from my recent 2025 interview with 3-time Emmy Award winner, Katie McLean. Katie is the first female to win 3 Daytime Emmy Awards for 3 different roles on 3 different networks on 3 different shows. And what she has to say about value over attention, I think is something that all entrepreneurs and business owners can relate to.
I just feel like to not go seeking to be seen or to not go seeking attention, but to just do your work, just do your work and put your your work first and try to do the best work and keep your standards high. And then that gets recognized, and you can get fortunate that people will remember that and value that.
And that is today's Entrepreneurs in Entertainment segment. It's back to you in the GME studio.
I love that. Value over attention, right? And that ties into our irresistible marketing, because how can you create irresistible marketing without a foundation to market? And I think sometimes people spend a lot of time on marketing, and they forget that we're here to serve sometimes. And if you do your best work, that's sometimes the best reflection of you. So I love that.
I think that's one of my favorite interviews that Adam's ever done. Like, I love that interview.
Yes, yes. And he shares his interviews on his entertainment platform called callmeadam.com. And I can't tell you, Kim, how many interviews are there now. Like, nobody knows the count except Adam, I would think, but there's pages and pages of them. So if you go to callmeadam.com and you head to the interviews tab, you can see all of his interviews he's done. And the most recent ones will come up. And I'm sure the one with Katie McLean is there somewhere, right?
And I would love if you would scroll down to the bottom, because I think this is like significant. There was the Katie one.
Yes, yes.
But I would love for you to scroll down to the bottom and look at all the pages. This is like significant because all those pages are full of interviews. And there's a search feature. If you go back up for a second, there's a search feature where you can actually search for your favorite celebrity or favorite topic from your celebrities. And you'll find a lot of things there. That's what I'm going to say. You'll find a lot of good stuff. Adam has hit 2.5 million visitors in the last couple of years. And I feel like that's also significant credibility that it's very entertainment based on that platform. So callmeadam.com.
And it's a reflection of how he does entertain, and people keep coming back, and he really finds the way to talk to people that resonates. And I love that about him. So, and another form of entertainment we have, which is really edutainment, is from our famous Donna Bender with her Surprise and Delight marketing segment. And this week she's talking about who's the real hero in your business.
Eureka! Oh, thanks, Kim. This is Donna Bender coming to you today as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. Today's Surprise and Delight marketing segment is about a discovery I've made. Yes, I found the perfect formula to make your clients and employees feel appreciated on World Science Day. But don't despair. And you need not worry, because you don't have to memorize anything like in a chemistry class. There is some logic here. You see, my dear fellow scientists, appreciation is a proven theory, not a hypothesis. And today, I am here to remind you that recognizing wacky holidays like World Science Day is a wonderful way for creative and brilliant minds to celebrate the people who make your business a success. So, here's an experiment you might want to try out for yourself today. Surprise one of your clients or more with a little something special today: a note, a phone call, an email, a small gift. Trust me, this is one of my secret ingredients in my special formula to build long-lasting relationships and build loyalty with your clients. There is no need to be skeptical. There's a science to this. And by the way, you don't need to wait for World Science Day to test it out. I have a plethora of wacky holidays I can share with you. Just saying. Back to you at the GME studio.
Love that plethora of unusual holidays, right? Donna is so passionate about sharing appreciation with customers and clients in any way you can. And this is one of her irresistible ways to do it, because what's more irresistible than getting a gift on World Pretzel Day or International Science Day, or, How would you stand out if somebody sent you a gift on one of those days, right? It's amazing.
It's very good.
So Donna does her show and tell, which we call her edutainment show, air the last Tuesday of every month. It's coming up on October 28th. It's called the Big Show and Tell, and it's live streamed on her YouTube channel at Donna Bender Giving. And it's coming up on Tuesday, the 28th. So don't miss it. She showcases so many products as well as strategy, marketing strategy, the gifting, the unusual days, costumes, and fun stuff. I mean, Kim, you host it with her and you've experienced all the facets of Donna.
I have, and you want some entertainment, go see what all she's talked me into doing. So
it's fun. It's fun.
She's so wonderful though, because I do want to point out how much she has helped, everyone I know, everyone in our community that is giving gifts. I know I was just sitting here thinking the SEO Day podcast mugs that, Denise got from Donna, the freaking fabulous Cat Corchado. I can't get it to do right. There we go. That is something that Kat had her do, and we just have a lot of fun stuff. Our little nope.
Other way.
Other way. I'm I don't know which way to point.
Actually, it's here.
It's there.
There it is.
Those little lunch boxes. Donna was the one that came up with that idea, and it was wonderful idea. So she has done so many things, but I will tell you, the strategy that she uses is amazing. And the value she brings to every show is amazing. So you definitely want to head over.
Yes, definitely.
Donna's also a part of something else that's near and dear to our hearts. And I will say that she is one of the speakers and leaders on the roundtable discussion for the Fierce Entrepreneur Summit that we do every quarter. And Denise, you're one of the leaders. Kat's a leader. Jill is actually going to step into the MC role this time with Yvonne. Adam coordinates the event. There is a lot to do with this event, but all of us have experienced some hiccups and hurdles in our lifetime of business, and I think it's worth sharing those with others so that they are not discouraged when they come across those hiccups and hurdles. So the theme for this one is entrepreneurial hiccups and hurdles for creators and business owners.
I can't wait.
I can't either. I'm very excited. So it's the 15th of October. Don't forget, 11 a.m. Central. You can find it right here on YouTube, and it's very exciting. So anyway, we got to get back to the regularly scheduled programming. You are tuning in to Good Morning Entrepreneurs, and we are so glad you have joined us for show number 128. Today's theme is irresistible marketing. And one of the ways that I hope you find the Roving Reporters irresistible is that they are available for connecting with people on a real level. So we have a GME directory that if you go to mysexybusiness.com, which is our official website, and scroll down the page, you will find a big button that says Good Morning Entrepreneurs, GME. If you click on that and head over to that section of our website, you'll find one red button for past replays and one red button for Roving Reporter Directory. You can go and connect with everyone. It's really important, especially today, I think, when people feel isolated and, kind of AI taken over and that kind of feeling, to have humans in your life. So these are wonderful humans, I will attest. Yeah. I also think you should go over and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, to be notified, to hang out with all of us. We do a lot of things on this channel. So it is at My Sexy Business Team and Community. Head over to the little subscribe button because you're already on here watching. So we know you know where it's at. And join us every Friday for not only GME, but all the other events and live stream things we do.
Absolutely. And, Kim, we get a lot of questions from people in our in our realm who see our live streams come to our events and see us different places, because we do put ourselves in a lot of places. So we like to answer at least one of those every week. And this week's question of the week is, where do I start marketing my business?
So I have an answer that I just want to say is sounds smarty pants, and I don't mean it smarty pants wise. You start at the beginning. So if you are trying to be grandiose in the very beginning stages of your business, you haven't even had time to research and develop whether the marketing you're going to do is going to work. So I believe that starting small and asking for feedback, getting people to tell you the language that they would use if they're a customer. Now, I am going to caution you, family and friends are not always the best to get that feedback from, because sometimes they are not in that world. Whatever it is you're selling, service or product wise, they may not understand it. But that is a great test of being able to explain it well. You need to explain it. Marketing is about someone understanding it. So in my eyes, simple sales, how can you, the simplest way possible, put your message out there about what you're going to market and start? I think most people are waiting for this big grand thing to happen, and don't wait. Don't wait. Get started, because you learn along the way. I guarantee you the first campaign for Nike wasn't just do it. You know, that the little bears for Coca-Cola, that wasn't their first campaign that they did, their first marketing campaign. So think about it in terms of you're in school. When you're in business, you are in school to learn how to serve the best you can to the people that you're looking to serve, and in what way they need you to serve. So get started. That is the way to do it, but start where you are. Start with something small, get feedback, build from there.
I so agree, Kim. I think you've summed it up really well. That's the best thing you could do for yourself is take those steps. So, and I would say that another thing we need to think about with entrepreneurship is it takes a lot personally to be an entrepreneur. Whether you go into it wholeheartedly and you jump in and you're so excited, it can be exhausting, because you are personally putting yourself out there so much and you are sharing so much of yourself. So, our good friend Jill Olish in her segment Mama Entrepreneurs, we are going to hear this week about boundaries and do we need more freedom and peace? And I think that's something key for entrepreneurs who are trying to build a business.
Thanks, Kim. Boundaries have become the backbone of my balance, or I like to say harmony. It has allowed me to experience more freedom in my daily life between trying to figure out that age-old question of how do you balance motherhood and work. And it doesn't work like that for me. I create a harmony, and to do that has been to build boundaries into what we live our lives like. So I have set boundaries for work only time and family only time. I have put into my calendar that I work between those hours and that's it. I have my phone set to go off at a certain time at the end of the night, so that way I am not distracted by who's trying to get a hold of me. Because as moms and entrepreneurs, everyone wants a piece of us. So they all want our time. And how do you control that access? And that has been by boundaries. I have found that I am protecting my energy, my space, and really my priorities are allowed to then take hold and flourish in my life. And it's not that it's selfish, just like it's not selfish to do some self-care, because that has been one of the bigger things that I have inputted in that time with boundaries. It's actually become very necessary for me to make sure that I'm gaining my peace and holding it and not creating more chaos, because let's face it, especially as moms and entrepreneurs, things can get a little chaotic. So try to explore some boundaries to see if that's going to help you have a little bit more freedom and some peace in what you're doing on your adventure. Back to you in the GME studio.
So true. Taking care of yourself is one of the top priorities in doing this, because if you don't take care of yourself, how are you going to take care of your business, right?
Definitely, definitely. Well, Jillo and her husband Bobby, who just celebrated their anniversary we mentioned earlier, throw it out there again, have a lovely podcast, and it's called Mama Outspoken. And I think that when you're trying to set up boundaries, hearing someone else, like how they struggled through a boundary or how they struggled through getting that peace that they're looking for, I think can be very inspirational. And the podcast is amazing because they have real conversations about things that, and I have to just say this, y'all don't tell Jill. I have to giggle and say, I love when Bobby says, I didn't know that, or that, he surprises her with some way he felt about something that she didn't know before. Because I think we all have those relationships, and it's lovely to hear that other people have that. So great podcast.
And I have to admit, jelly a little bit, because if I think about all the times I didn't know what was going on in my spouse's head in the early years, how cool would it have been to actually have a way to foster those conversations a little better? Would have been interesting. So I am a little jelly, I have to say.
I love it. We'll go to all the podcatchers, whatever podcast, podcatcher you listen on, and find
Definitely.
Mama Outspoken. It's worth the effort.
Definitely. And another person who's worth the effort is our wonderful Kat Corchado, who is health and wellness for entrepreneurs. And she keeps us taking care of ourselves physically and our whole well-being. And, it's something that's so important. And because you're an entrepreneur, you get so focused, you forget. And Kat is here to remind us that we need to take care of our bodies. So this week she's talking about stretches for you at your desk.
Thanks, Kim. Hi, everyone. Last week we did stretch number 1 for our shoulders. Here's another stretch that you may like or not so much. That's why I like to show several. So here's one you can do right at your desk. Take one arm across your body. Take the other hand below your elbow. Pull the arm forward. Now notice my shoulder comes here. Hold firm here. Just pull the shoulder back. Do you feel that stretch right there? And just breathe and release. You can do this as many times as you want to. Please, whatever you do on one side, you do to the other side. And also, please make sure that all of these stretches are appropriate for you. So until next time, back to you in the GME studio.
I'm just doing the other side. Sorry.
I love it. We always giggle when Kat segments on. We watch the green room because they entertain us well, usually doing all the things that Kat says while we're doing the button.
Especially when it's a floor stretch, and the legs go up in the air and all that fun stuff. I'm just kidding.
So funny. Well,
Kat,
oh no, go ahead, Denise.
I was going to say, Kat shares her special way to keep us all healthy and fit in her community, SS Pilates. So she gives away a free week for anybody who wants to try it out. And I have to tell you, Kim, and you and I are in the community, and it's a virtual space that we could come in our pajamas, and we don't have to be on camera, but we get our workouts in and we feel better for it. And Kat just makes it so easy for us to implement things that are right for us. So I just love it.
So go to smallspacepilates.com and then scroll down, because Kat has nope, not yet. If you can scroll down on the page. Can you go back to the homepage? Hold on. I just want to make sure everybody can follow. So this is the beautiful Kat Corchado on there. She's got a wonderful message to everybody about all the things that she does to help the world. But if you'll scroll down to the tiles, she's got multiple choices on what what you can see, but we want you to go to the small space Pilates one. I just wanted everybody to see all the different things that Kat does to make our lives better. She's doing all kinds of things in this world. But if you'll go to the small space Pilates yacht club right there and join, there we go. Thank you for being patient with me in the green room. And then if you'll scroll down on that page, you'll see a big purple button, and you have the ability to actually have a complimentary week of live classes with Kat. So you'll see us in and out of classes. You'll see, the whole community in and out. But Kat is, I wish I would have had Kat my whole life. I'm just going to say that. I think Kat has done so many things to help me be a different kind of human that can move in different ways than what I ever thought I could. And I'm grateful. I am very grateful. But if you want to change your life and your health and live better, connect with Kat.
Definitely.
Mic drop. How's that? Well, I have to say, Denise, Kat is somebody that is super fun to be around. And I think you are as well. You are such I'll just call it a dream co-leader, co-teacher, cohort. We'll just say that, cohort. And one of the things we've been doing that we are enjoying very much is doing website royalty live streams. But we'd also like to mention that we have a private group for website royalty that I'm always upfront about this. Some people are so they are shady about it and they want to put it at the end in a little tiny, tiny print. We're upfront about it. I have gone from a raving fan to a raving affiliate. We are affiliate partners for Kajabi, which is an all-in-one platform. Very proud to be connected to Kajabi because it is amazing. If you go to our home website, mysexybusiness.com, and scroll down to the website royalty tile, you can head over and get more information about website royalty. It's a private group where we are hands-on with you. We help you get through the website building and community building, not just the tech side, but also the why to do certain things so that it stays easy. Because I think sometimes we can create something, then we forget how to use it and it becomes hard again. So we try to keep you all on track with keeping it easy. And there's a big black button there that you can get a 30-day free trial. We give a bonus of a year's subscription to website royalty. So you get to spend a year with us as helping you build the things for your business. And the bonus is free. That's a free gift if you sign up with the affiliate link. The affiliate is 30-day free trial. So you really have nothing to lose when you come in. You're actually coming in. You won't even pay anything for the first 30 days. So I think it's a very special thing. You don't pay more for Kajabi. You pay the same amount, and Kajabi pays us for being affiliate partners. So I think that's a win across the board.
Absolutely. I love doing it. I love sharing what we know about it and the strategies we use. And then that's kind of nice to have those examples because people talk about the features and all these other things, but until you see it in practice. And I think that's why we do the live streams too, to talk about that, because that's really what we do. We figure out how to get things done.
Speaking of what we really do, Denise Millet is the findability queen. She is helping entrepreneurs be findable online. And I will tell you, the little quote that I love of Denise's: if they can't find you, they can't do business with you. So I love that part. But I want to head into this segment because it's about SEO, and you do this before SEO. I've heard you say that you cannot optimize what you don't have. What does that mean?
Well, it means you need to get your content into the search engine catalog first before you can expect to have it show up higher on a page or or measure who's visiting or know whether your keywords are working, you have to get it in there first. And so the first step in SEO is findability, because you're setting the foundation. You're telling the search engine, please come and read this, read it, and here's what I want to tell you about it. And they put it in their catalog so it can be given to somebody to possibly as a solution. So you really have to do that before you can try to optimize and make it perform better.
First time I heard you say you can't optimize what you don't have, it blew my mind, because I'm laughing and thinking that is so true of everything, but we don't stop to think about that, Denise.
And it is the first step in SEO, is getting your stuff in there in the layman terms. It's just there are pieces, there are phases to this whole process, and people want to talk about the numbers and the analytics and all those things, and some you can't get those until you do the beginning.
Can't start till you start.
There you go.
So Denise has an amazing podcast. I do want to say, though, I am the official mailbag keeper for the podcast, but it is the SEO Day podcast. And the Findability Queen says, make Tuesdays your SEO day, because that's the day that the podcast drops. Denise is answering questions. She has lots of mic drops on there. She's answering questions from across the globe and helping people actually understand what to do and implement for SEO. So Denise, thank you for the podcast, and thank you for letting me come over and play in the mailbag.
It's so much more fun to have someone there with you doing it, and you help me keep on track and not get too far, which I tend to sometimes say too much. And so you keep me real, and we try to speak in plain language, because we don't like the techie world that doesn't think people need to hear English, so we try to
let me just say this too. I need to make a correction, because I heard Adam himself say this out loud. He said I was the official mailbag lady, and I am not. I'm the official mailbag keeper, because I'm not a bag lady. I'm a official mailbag keeper. Make sure you get my title right, Adam.
He's laughing in the green room like, uh-oh, I did that wrong. Oh my goodness. Well, Kim, we're coming to one of our favorite segments the entire group shares, is Princess Speak. And Princess Speak is sponsored by the My Sexy Business team and community. And it's the business language that we use to make things more real for all of us. So let's head over to Princess Speak.
Broken crown and all, just want to point out, but Princess Speak is the simple business language for entrepreneurs and business owners that our community uses on the daily. And today's phrase is, keep it simple, sexy. It's the KISS method of irresistible marketing. When you make something complicated that people can't follow, they will not follow. You give them bad directions, they can't find you. You give them bad information, they can't understand. So keeping it simple is important, because simple is what sells. So very, very important.
And we listen to a lot of people in business, and they tend to use the terminology of business owners. And really, we have to remember that we're speaking to people who may or may not be business owners, may or may not, listen to what we listen to. So the universal language is simple, universal, and not talking down, just don't make it complicated. And that's a hard one to do, especially with somebody like me who's like trying to simplify tech, because that's already like 16 levels higher than hard to understand. So I love that we do everything here in a simple way. And I love that we talk about this every week.
I think I need to get a sign for my office so I remember this on the daily, because I was immersed in this growing up. My father, I remember him always saying, keep it simple. And the other S word, not sexy though. So I love this version in comparison, but it is still something that I struggle with, in keeping things simple, because I am a complex person. So that reminder always that it's not about me, that the simple not just isn't about what I need, but it's what others need, especially in my niche and what I do to help others. It's relatable for all entrepreneurs, because when we're all looking for a problem to be solved, we need simple to start with. So I love it.
I think when we talk about marketing, we try to do too much, and we're too, what's the word? If we put something out there and if it doesn't get enough likes or clicks or whatever, we're like, oh, it's not working. So we have to be patient. But I also think that sometimes people talk like over my head, and y'all know, or if you don't, you will. I'm an ABC 1, 2, 3 girl. You talk up here and I'm like, no, time out. Let's backtrack. So I think marketing needs to be simple at first. And then, like, as you say, Kim, is level up from there, and then level up from there. So don't make it hard, make it simple first, and then work your way forward.
I have, someone has come into my life that has been reminding me to keep it simple, and that simple is sexy. So if you need a song to help you remember, you could quote the first line of the song Beauty and the Beast from the Disney movie, simple as the sun. And then you'll remember to keep it simple.
I love that song reference, Adam. And I have to say, like, to you, Kat, the simple actually gets simpler as you up level. You find a better way or a simpler way to say something. The simpler it is, the more sales you'll make. The simpler it is, the more connections you can make. The simpler it is, brilliant people understand simple. It's not talking down to someone to keep something simple. It's actually giving them the ability to not be distracted by the choice of choosing you. You want to be picked for whatever you're marketing. Make it simple. Make it something they understand. Make it, you're the standout choice because you're not making it complicated. I think that is very sexy, y'all.
And Kim, I love how you added that over time it gets simpler, because I do feel like with some of the messages I put out there, a few months down the line, even a year down the line, I think of a much easier way to try to explain what I was saying. So I love that you brought that up, because it's very true.
We were wordsmithing yesterday on something, and I giggled because it started out 15 words long, and then it kept getting shorter and shorter. That was getting simpler and simpler and sexier and sexier. So, sweet viewer, if you are making things complicated, just stop. If you haven't started your marketing, start. Like, I want you to have the best success you can possibly have from doing the things that you're doing. If you're the solution for someone, you're in business. That is a business. So we're excited that you're here with us. We hope you subscribe to the channel and come back and see us next week. And quite frankly, we wish you the best success possible. We hope you had some laughs along the way with us. So love y'all.
Join us next Friday at 7 a.m. Central. This is the team signing off for Good Morning Entrepreneurs.